Hey you guys, Coach Joe Bright here, and today I wanted to talk with you about the importance of doing inner work and what inner work is. So come to my whiteboard. So hopefully you can see this and it's the right way, but why inner work and why it's important, okay? So as you can see, here is a body, and we have our main nervous system that is running through the core of our body. So it's the main system where everything is connected to it. All the nerves are connected to it and everything stems from this nervous system. Our body is literally a body of water. Our bodies are literally more than 70% of water. So we're literally water, and water holds memory. Water retains memory. So this is why people who are conscious about what they eat, they're like, okay, well, was the meat, how was it raised, how was it treated? Because they know that however and whatever they injected into it and how it was treated, it's stored in the tissue, it's stored in the meat, and then we're eating the meat. So that's why, this is passed down to us and through us. So knowing that we are bodies of water and that whatever goes into us, and also ancestrally whatever is passed down to us, it's literally stored in our bodies, in our subconscious, in our nervous system. Also, when we are in the womb of our mother, we are in her energy, we're in her womb, we are swimming around in her waters, in her emotions, in her energy field. And so this is why when we really look at our mother and our relationship with our mother and her wounds, and then the wounds passed down from her mother, it's very deeply ingrained because it's getting passed down through the waters, right? So we are alchemists. So this chick right here, this is her nervous system, and so the inner work is essentially cleaning out the trash that is in our subconscious. So we have the conscious mind, which is our head, it's this sphere, and then we have the subconscious mind, okay? So we have two minds always being navigating our world. So some things might not be conscious to you, but it's running your world and it's creating your reality, because this system, this subconscious mind, is running the show with limiting belief systems, stored traumas that you personally experienced, traumas that have come down ancestrally, traumas from your mother, okay? So like, we are literally walking computers, walking complex computers that's storing a lot of energy and emotion. And as intense as this sounds, I'm just gonna even get more intense with you. We also have the DNA of God, of the Christ, of these divine essences running through us also. This is what makes us such powerful alchemists. So why is inner work important? Inner work is important so we are not stuck with these programs and these old stories that have been passed down to us. Once we make the choice, I don't want to carry this anymore, I don't want to give it to my kids, I'm going to stop the pattern and I'm going to create a new pattern. Okay, once we make that choice, this is called the inner work. I'm going to go into my system, and anything that is causing any friction in my life, any limiting belief systems, any fears that I have, any core memories that literally feel traumatic and give you anxiety, we go and we look at them and we clean them out. We clean them out. So you can see these little bubbles here in this chick. You go and you kind of pop it and deflate it a little bit by giving it attention. All inner work is doing is giving everything attention. It's almost like going through like a beautiful home that's dark and it's huge, right? It's like a huge mansion, and you have a flashlight, and inner work is basically the journey of going through the house and going in all the nooks and crannies to, one, see the whole home so you know the home, know thyself, And two, if there's something in the corner that's been sitting there and it's like a scared bunny, and you go and you shine a light on it and it's like scared, but then you go say, hey, you're safe, like you're okay, and then you hold the bunny, and then you take care of the bunny, and then you let the bunny go. That just came to me. But inner work is just going through the house and just getting those things. And the more we run from our fears and these memories, the more that we're gonna feel anxious, okay? So getting back to the why. Why is inner work important? Because especially right now on the planet, because we have a universal worldly contract to shift into a higher vibration, all of humanity, and this begins on an individual scale. So a lot of people are feeling anxious. And it's like, why am I feeling anxious? Well, it could be because we're addicted to the dopamine hits and the social medias and the drinking and the porn and all these distractions to stimulate our adrenal glands and to get us addicted to those dopamine hits. Like, that's one thing. That's a distraction though. Ask yourself, can I be bored? Can I just sit here? Why am I feeling anxious? It could be for a lot of reasons. Mostly it's probably because your nervous system is holding on to so much shit and it feels like it's gonna explode. So this leads to high anxiety, high depression, because we are spiritual beings having a flesh experience, okay? So I am not this suit. I am not my emotions. I'm not even my thoughts. Like, I'm none of this. I'm a spiritual observer up here, but the more my ego attaches to like, this is like who I am my name, I am Jill Bright, I am my accomplishments, I am what I own, I am who I date, I am what I've been through. I've been through so much, and so I'm worthless. Like, no, we are none of these things. So from a high spiritual perspective, our soul is literally wanting to just come out and be like, remember me? Remember who you are, Simba? And especially right now on the planet. So the ego's like, okay, like freaking out, like, I don't want to remember that memory. I don't want to look at it. I just want to distract myself. I just want to get more status on Instagram and post more pictures or drink more or watch more porn or whatever it is. And the soul's like, cut the shit out. Like, I'm done. I'm done with this stuff that is literally distracting you from remembering who you are. And so the soul's like, let's play. So inner work is literally a human consciousness deciding that they want to free themselves and literally cut all the strings that are holding and keeping them imprisoned with addiction, low self-esteem, limiting belief systems, repeating a pattern that the parent is doing onto their children. Like, no. So inner work and working with me or working with a coach, starting therapy, whatever it is, there's so many options. Plant medicines, like, this is trending for a reason, because we are going through a great spiritual awakening where the heart and the spirit is running the show and driving is the main driver, and you're putting your ego just back behind you and it can just cruise with you, but your heart's ruling the show. And when your heart's ruling the show, you start to live and find your purpose. You start to know who you are. You start to know your values. You start to align with people with those values. You start to easily set boundaries. You start to embody your spirit, your divinity, your godliness, and that becomes the main being that you are. It's the main player. It's the main actor in the movie, in the show. Like, and it's free. There's no limitations here. It's totally creative. You sleep well. You're calm. You're non-reactive. You're observing. You are detached. You're trusting. You have more faith. You feed your body well. You take care of yourself and everyone around you while staying centered into your core, into your heart, into your divinity, right? So this is the result of inner work. Like, yes, it's work, but it's so freaking worth it. It's almost like work hard and like clear out and pop these bubbles, and all of a sudden you don't have to work as hard. And like, this is nirvana, right? Or enlightenment, where it's like you just feel so blissed out. You feel so at peace. Like, it's hard to shake you. It's hard to rattle you. You don't get offended very easily. Like, literally, you start to become a completely different person. Non-bothered. Nothing bothers you. You're just so blissed out. And this is achievable. And this is something that I have been doing I've always been on this path. If there's an addiction that I have, it's always been transformation and growth. And this is why I'm a coach, because it's always just been who I am. I love seeing people excel. I love seeing people exceed. I love working with people who want it just as bad as I do. And then when we collaborate and you have this, we support each other in the shifts, and we set goals, and we create a vision with each other, and boom, boom, boom. It helps so much. Coaching has literally changed my life. So inner work, this is why it's important. This is why it's important. So you're not running a program that you're bitching about. Instead of playing the victim and living a mediocre life, let's live a life where you are thriving. Let's live a life where you are living your life and your soul is awakened and your inner fire is on fire, and it's not just like dead waiting to be lit. If it is, and if this resonates with you, email me. I'll put the email below if you feel like we'd be a good fit. But at the end of the day, inner work, this is what it is, this is what it's about, and this is why it's so important and it's so necessary and is so crucial for the evolution and the transcendence of humanity. It's so important for your ancestors. When you start doing the inner work, you are literally healing your ancestors. You are literally simultaneously healing your kids. So since I've been doing my inner work, I've seen a shift within my mother. My mother has been my biggest mirror and teacher, and vice versa. And as soon as I started to step into my power and my divinity, so has she, and so has her mother. And I know that as I'm doing this, I'm helping my kids too. It goes both ways. It's affecting my friendships, it's affecting my future family, it's affecting my family. So if you want to change the world, if you want to make a difference, it starts with you. I love you.